Thank you. Councillor Arthur.
I want to return to the active travel audit. I think things have moved on, but I still want to return to it just to get a reassurance. But before I do that, though, I think just been reflecting on some of the comments coming from council staff about workloads within their domain. I think a reflection of, particularly in recent months, is that council staff that I know to be professional, as all the council staff are, of course, professional and diligent. More and more, I see them really struggling to do the kind of job that they want to do for all sorts of reasons. But basically, there's not enough people and there's too much work. And I think that particularly applies to the Police Directorate, where I have so much outstanding casework. It's just unbelievable right now. And another reflection is that quite often when I look at council committees, what I see is lots of scrutiny of new policies coming forward, but perhaps less emphasis placed on actually scrutinising the delivery of services so they can figure out where these problems are and what extra support's needed by staff, in roads and forestry and all these other places that are completely overloaded just now. So it really is a concern, and it has been quite insightful, people sharing their experiences over the last few minutes. So I thank Councillor Main for her question there, actually. On active travel, spaces for people was mentioned. I hate the way that spaces for people is just contaminating everything and continues to do so, and obviously accept some responsibility for that. But it contaminates both our discussions and also it contaminates how the public is viewing the council just now. So I routinely share council consultations with residents, and the first response I get is, this doesn't matter because look what happened with spaces for people. And whilst I accept what Mr. Barwell said about them understanding the sensitivities around spaces for people, it just feels that opportunities have been missed to rebuild the trust. And I think we see that again in the report coming this week to the Transport Committee, where consultations just aren't being reported on properly at all, let alone trying to fill that loop. We undertook a consultation pre-summer. Thousands of comments were submitted. I've still not seen an analysis of that. And people are rightly asking questions about this. But here's me talking about spaces for people contaminating things. I went and fell into the same trap myself. But coming back to the audit, just to be reassured, Ms. Newdall, one of the key reasons that's being delayed into the active travel, I know it's bigger than spaces for people, is about the fact we've got new staff coming in, and is about the fact there's pressures on staff. So it's not about trying to hide anything from you or from us. It really is about reflecting the need for those staff to get in place and come to terms with the roles that they have before them.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. That's what the Police Directorate advised us when they asked us if it would be possible to defer the audit. And trust me, if there was anything that wasn't quite right or wasn't in place, we would be able to pick that up as part of the audit. I think the other thing to add to that as well is it's not like the audit team has done nothing on spaces for people. We have started some detailed planning with Daisy and the team. So we're almost at the point of, having the terms of reference done and the planning work has been done. And it was just at that point that police said to us, actually, we don't quite feel this is the right time for this. So there has been some engagement with the team. It's not like absolutely nothing has been done and we're starting from base zero. And I know that Peter's on the call. I'm not sure if Peter would want to add anything to that.
I think he does. He's got his hand up. Mr. Watton.
Thank you, Convener. Just to be clear, I'm one of those staff coming in to take over active travel and was one of the principal reasons for the actual delay. And I think it's probably important in the context of what we've been discussing that I explain why. I'm looking at a situation of how we've got to this point and taken over a project that has a lot of legacy issues with it. And what I wanted to be able to do was a bit of time to carry out an analysis of the process, the procedures, how we deliver active travel, how we engage before the audit was done. And as you're aware, Tech Committee have approved a plan that says we're going to spend 118 million over the next 5 years. I need to be sure that we've got the capability of delivering that. So what I'm going to do is completely dissect the process, the procedures, right from start to finish, and then I'm going to bolt them back together again. And I've done this before with the asset management works back in 2016, which went from a situation of considerable underspend every year to the 5th year in a row today of considerable overspend, including COVID environment. So I'm going to apply the same approach, and that's about delivery. It's about outcomes, and hopefully we'll be able to rebuild that confidence that has been lost as a result of the issues that you raise.
So, Mr. Wotton, thanks, and I really appreciate the as always from you, of course, the frank nature of your response. So I appreciate that, and I'll say just now I've got confidence in what you're doing, but I'll keep an eye out for progress. Thank you.
No pressure, man.